You need to invest the time to get to know them. Relationships are just like stews, they get better over time. Welcome, everyone, to episode number 4 of the ROR Factor. If you're here for the first time, if you're back, welcome. So glad that you're here. Today, we're going to talk about the secret sauce that makes it taste so good. And so I want to do a comparison between cooking and building relationships. And today we're going to talk about the crock pot method. And ever thought about relationship building like cooking? Just like a microwave dish can't compare to the rich flavor of a slow cooked meal. Fast connections often lack depth. And in the kitchen, slow and steady always wins the race. And the same thing goes for relationships, whether it's reaching out to influencers, mentors, peers, clients, or potential partners. Take a page from the Crockpot Cookbook. So I'm going to give you 4 steps, 4 parts of the secret sauce that you could apply right now to your relationship building, because every single thing in life and business swings on hinges. Those hinges I call relationships. Hinges open up doors. Relationships open up doors of opportunity for you. And I know as we're going into this year, many people are looking for opportunities. They're looking for growth in their business. And you don't need to go it alone. You can do it with the help of others. So you want to build relationships with people that will help take you to the next level. And that's super key. So let's go with point number 1. Point number 1 is time. You need to invest the time to get to know them. Relationships are just like stews. They get better over time. The microwave, you put something in, you zap it for a couple minutes and you take it out, and it might satisfy just for a little bit, but it's not going to satisfy you for a long time. And so when you cook with a crock pot, you put all the ingredients in. Those of you can probably remember, you can probably think of this, you can just picture, just get the smells of when you put all those ingredients in, and it cooks all day long. And by the time you get to the afternoon, you can begin to smell the flavor, and you're like, I can't wait to sink my teeth into what's going to come out of that crock pot, because it's going to taste so amazing. So number 1 is you need to think time. You need to give things to take time. Relationship building is not a quick fix. Now, I'm not saying that building relationships, someone can't give you a return or can't give you help immediately. Sometimes that does, but you want to go into it and you want to think of it that you want to give it as much time as possible. Number 2, authenticity. Be real. Be yourself. Just like a home cooked meal, just like a homemade dish and how it stands out, so do genuine connections. And so you want to be authentic. And a lot of people ask me, Christopher, how do I be authentic? How do I stand out from everyone else? And the best way I'm sharing with you to be authentic and to come off that way is be different than everybody else. Because when you're just like everyone else, when you're trying to build relationships with people and you use those certain phrases or you reach out that certain way, just like everyone else does, it just puts you in a group like everyone else. It's in the sea of sameness. And so if you want to stand out, be authentic. The way to be authentic is to be different. Approach relationship building differently. And so let's keep thinking about this crock pot method and just have that in your mind. Number 1, time. Number 2, authenticity. Number 3, acts of kindness. Just as we season your dish to perfection, you sprinkle in thoughtful gestures that you do for people as you build relationships, just as you sprinkle in those spices to make that crock pot simmer and taste good over time. The same thing goes with relationships, is you want to do acts of kindness. Do things for others without expecting immediate returns. When you put that in the microwave, you're expecting an immediate return. You want it to come back right away because you got to eat it and you got to go. But you put that thing in the crock pot and you're not looking. You put that roast in the crock pot. You can't eat that 5 minutes later. You can't eat that an hour later. It will be raw. It won't taste good. It will be hard. It will be tough. And so you want to make sure you want to give it that time. You want to give it that spice. Number 4, uniqueness. And this one's really big. Don't be another microwave dinner in a sea of connections. You want to differentiate yourself by being genuine, not just another slimy networker. And I'm going to use that word slimy because all of us have had someone reach out to them, someone that sent them a DM, and it just has that slimy feeling. And it just doesn't have that good, it doesn't put that good taste in our mouth like we're talking about with cooking. So let me review really quickly. The secret sauce: number one, time; number two, be authentic, authenticity; number three, acts of kindness; and number four, uniqueness. Don't be another microwave dinner in a sea of those quick connections. Differentiate yourself. Be genuine, not just another slimy networker. Now, building relationships, it's an art, just like cooking. It takes patience, it takes care, and a dish that is going to taste amazing. If you put those elements into it, it's going to be wonderful. So let's turn off the microwave mentality and embrace that slow cooked connections that stands for the test of time. And so if you want to take your relationship building to the next level, I like to keep simple steps. And so keep these 4 things in mind. It is the secret sauce that makes those relationships taste and feel amazing. Thank you so much for being here on episode number 4. Please come back to episode number 5. If you're here for the first time and you haven't caught in the episodes at the beginning, please go back and listen to some of the other episodes. There's incredible content there, incredible value that's going to help you take your relationship building to the next level. Harvey McKay says, Stephen Covey says, begin with the end in mind. Harvey McKay says, dig your well before you're thirsty. And so beginning with the end in mind, if you have goals and objectives that you're trying to achieve, there's nothing that's still authentic. It's okay to know that, hey, I'd love to do this opportunity, or I'd love to do this JV, or I'd love to have this interview. That's okay. But how you get there, don't shove it in the microwave and zap it and expect it to happen just like that and be absolutely amazing. Put it in the crock pot, let it simmer, let it go slow, spend your time, put the spices in it, do your acts of kindness, be authentic, give it time, be unique, and it'll be absolutely amazing. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here.